You know, we can never go too long in this segment without featuring the work of the ladies of The View. Each and every episode showcases just how broken the hosts are, including the alpha female of the pack, Whoopi, who could not even bring herself to say Trump's name without spitting. Gross.
The controversy surrounding The View escalated when Whoopi Goldberg seemed to spit while uttering Donald Trump's name live on air. The unsettling occurrence has sparked a lot of negative reactions, with some even calling for The View to be canceled. So, should the program be next?
Ironic that Whoopi Goldberg and Joy Behar and the rest of the ladies on The View spend their time calling Republicans the conspiracy theorists, but they have been wrong about everything they have said over the last couple of years.
Sunny Hostin has faced challenges or she's been in trouble, let's say, by executives at ABC for some of these smears and lies that she spread. There needs to be some level of accountability with these talk show hosts. People tune in to left-wing networks. They expect to get a left-wing talking point. But what they shouldn't expect, or what we shouldn't treat as normal, is the fact that there is nothing but denigration and maligning of characters and character assassinations happening on these left-leaning networks with no actual...
No, you can't refute anything with him because he just, when I say him, I mean...
He rambles.
Trump.
Yeah.
He tends to just...
Can I mention one thing?
The View is no stranger to controversy, but this time, they've truly taken the internet by storm. Conservative commentator Karoline Leavitt is critiquing the show, pointing out its absurd remarks and startling mistakes. And what about the latest drama? Whoopi Goldberg just spat after criticizing Trump on live television. If there is a dispute, it is usually sparked by The View. Over the years, the presenters have voiced strong opinions, provoked political controversy, and even faced consequences for their questionable remarks.
Now, you know, we can never go too long in this segment without featuring the work of the ladies of The View. Each and every episode showcases just how broken the hosts are, including the alpha female of the pack, Whoopi, who could not even bring herself to say Trump's name without spitting. Gross.
I think it would be remiss of us to not say, Joe Biden knows how to do this.
Yes.
He knows how to do this. He's quite good at this. And, you know, you can't refute anything with him because he just, when I say him, I mean...
He rambles.
Trump.
Yeah.
He tends to just...
Can I mention one thing?
They're so bitter, broken, and miserable. Not sure why that makes me smile, but it does.
From Joy Behar's polarizing comments to Sunny Hostin's relentless assaults, they never hold back. But Karoline Leavitt isn't having it with them, believing they may have gone too far this time. Now, let's talk about the event that sent shockwaves across the internet. During a heated argument, Whoopi Goldberg virtually spit on the podium after uttering Trump's name. You heard that right. This was no accident or careless slip. It was obvious she intended to do it. As expected, the internet exploded.
There are also calls today for The View to go next when you've got hosts like Whoopi Goldberg spitting when she's speaking about Donald Trump. Look at this.
Now,
According to Leavitt, this is exactly what's wrong with today's mainstream media. They think it's okay to yell hate and disrespect half the country. And she wasn't alone. Numerous others echoed her dissatisfaction. Of course, not everyone was upset. Whoopi's loyal fans quickly defended her, saying she was merely expressing her opinion. She was being honest, one fan tweeted. It's not worse than being conservative. Others argue that the outcry is overblown and blame the right for inciting resentment. But does that argument hold any merit? This dispute is more than just another internet argument. It is exposing America's glaring political divide. Conservative media outlets are calling Whoopi's actions disgusting, while left-leaning outlets are either downplaying or ignoring them entirely. Some networks didn't even mention the reaction, while others treated it like just another day on television. But one thing is for sure, this incident is getting attention, whether they like it or not.
Voters do not agree with these despicable women on The View. They are wildly out of touch with the vast majority of Americans, and frankly, they should seek immediate help.
That's on the ABC, of course, but what a class act. I mean, speaking about Donald Trump, you can't make this stuff up. Should The View go next?
This dispute raises a broader problem. Has The View lost its credibility? Critics claim that rather than serving as a platform for sincere discussion, the show has devolved into a biased attack on anyone who disagrees. Even former supporters are complaining about the ongoing prejudice, inflammatory remarks, and now even public spitting. Has The View reached its breaking point? As the outrage grows, many are demanding an apology. Social media users and political pundits are calling on Whoopi to take accountability. If conservatives did this, one opponent pointed out, there would be calls for their dismissal. Will she, however, take any action? Or will The View simply ignore it as if it never happened? How will the show respond? Will they acknowledge the controversy, or will they carry on as if nothing occurred? Without a doubt, this problem isn't going away anytime soon. Karoline Leavitt and several others are holding them accountable. Will they finally be held responsible for their actions? Some defended Whoopi, claiming it was an exaggerated outburst of frustration, while others saw it as outright contempt. Critics argue that such behavior from a well-known talk show host sets a dangerous precedent and reflects a level of bias and hostility that goes beyond professional discourse. Social media erupted as videos of the incident went viral, with people expressing outrage and claiming this incident exemplifies a lack of professionalism and a partisan political approach. Conservative commentators questioned whether such behavior would be tolerated if directed at a liberal public figure and called on ABC to take immediate action.
No, you can't refute anything with him because he just, when I say him, I mean
he rambles.
Trump.
Yeah.
He tends to just.
Can I mention one thing?
These women are completely out of touch with reality, and you're right. ABC should.
No, you can't refute anything with him because he just, when I say him, I mean
He rambles.
Trump.
Yeah.
He tends to just.
Can I mention one thing?
The question now is whether ABC will intervene as the outrage grows, or if this controversy will be dismissed like so many others. As The View faces increasing criticism, attention has also turned to Sunny Hostin and her fellow hosts. Reports suggest that ABC management has already taken issue with some of her on-air comments. Although the network has not yet issued a formal reprimand, insiders claim they are becoming increasingly concerned about her pattern of controversial remarks. A larger issue is that talk show hosts often face little accountability for their actions. Viewers of left-leaning networks expect a certain perspective. However, critics argue that the persistent character assassinations and misleading narratives often go unchallenged. Critics say that The View has blurred the line between political criticism and outright defamation for far too long. And the issue isn't just with The View. Networks like MSNBC, which some describe as a left-wing echo chamber, leave little room for objective debate. Critics argue that replacing Joy Reid with someone equally politically biased, such as Rachel Maddow or Jen Psaki, would do little to promote ideological balance. Many believe that if networks like MSNBC and ABC truly want to regain credibility, they should offer more ideological diversity rather than simply repeating the same viewpoints. The real question now is whether ABC will take steps to curb the increasingly controversial language on The View or continue allowing its hosts to act without consequence. With growing demands for accountability from both within and outside the network, The View may ultimately have to answer for its actions. Meanwhile, as Donald Trump reverses his hardline policies through executive orders, Congress is suddenly in the spotlight. While executive actions may bring immediate change, they are not permanent. The real power to implement lasting changes lies with lawmakers, particularly Republicans in the House and Senate, who must take the necessary steps. If Republicans fail to act, future administrations could easily reverse these decisions. Trump's authority is limited, and without legislative backing, many of his executive orders could be overturned as soon as a Democrat takes office. Because of this, many conservatives believe this is a pivotal moment for the GOP to make lasting progress on significant issues. Meanwhile, Democrats are unlikely to change course despite their 2024 defeats. Rather than rethinking their stance, many on the left are doubling down on the same beliefs that cost them the election. Their platform still revolves around the same extreme positions, economic mismanagement and rigid social policies, that alienated swing voters. If this trend continues, it could lead to another major Republican victory in the 2026 midterm elections. What are your thoughts on Whoopi Goldberg's controversial moment? Was this really just a harmless expression of frustration, Or did she go too far? And do you agree with Karoline Leavitt's criticism of The View? So what do you think? Drop your thoughts in the comments section below. And if you don't want to miss out on the hottest celebrity news, make sure to subscribe to Daily Finder.